Morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Yeah. So welcome to today's day 3. Okay, which is our evaluation day. But before our evaluation, we're going to have one more element, which is the staircases, and also the construction module. I'm going to demo to you how we can actually do the construction module part. Huh? Good morning. Yes.
Recording in progress.
Right. So can you open the TAS? Okay, the TAS project created and we saved on the first day or maybe yesterday. Yeah, can you open it? Right. All right. Right, so make sure you open it. Okay, you open the TAS project file that we did for yesterday as well. All right, so okay, so we're going to create our staircases. Okay, we're going to create our staircases at our ground floor. Okay, so we just move to our ground floor, everyone. We move to our ground floor. Right, so from here, okay, so our ground floor, we do have actually our other element here, right? So if you do into 2D, okay, you usually have a purple color things that is actually quite disturbing, okay? So it's actually our room finishes. And then if you want to hide it, okay, we just press R, okay, it will be hiding the purple color things, okay? It will highlight purple color things, the one. And the drawing manager, okay, perhaps you can double click on the ground floor structural layout. Okay. right? Okay, all right. So, okay, so make sure you're opening the ground floor structural layout plan, and with the ground floor, okay, we're going to focus on one part, which is this grid line DE and also grid line 5-6. Okay, in this part, we actually have a staircases. Okay, we're going to do our staircase, right? So make sure you are focusing on axis DE and also grid line, the 5-6 grid line. There'll be a staircases we are going to focus on, right? So make sure if some other finisher is blocking our view, we can actually open the element entity display. At the finishers here, we just off everything. Okay, we off all the finishes. Okay, so you will be left the remaining with on our staircases. On our slab. Right. So in this case, for staircase, we're going to create our staircase. Right. For our staircase, it's actually fall under this category, the staircase element tab. Okay, you can just click on the staircase. Okay. After you expand it, you have actually 4 things. You have staircase, you have stairwells, straight flight, spiral flight, and okay. So I click on the first one, the staircases. Okay, click on the first one, the staircases. Okay, the next thing, okay, if you want to create a new thing, okay, you want to create a new staircase, you have 2 selections. One is custom staircase, another one is parametric staircase, right? So for parametric staircase, it's actually a preset in our software. So if you find your design actually suit to our staircases, okay, suit to our design, you can actually use it, and all the font in green color is actually can change. Example, this 300, okay, you can change it, but it would not be that flexible because we know that our staircases sometimes you will have some different kind of design, right? So I will prefer to use this custom staircase. Okay, we just click on the custom staircase. Okay, once again, okay, it's actually blocking my view again. So I will just deselect all the finishes again. And also I off my slab. Okay, I off my slab as well. Okay, press your S to off the slab as well. Right, so in this, okay, now we know that we actually have the staircases from up here, step 1, going up until here. Okay, starting from ground floor, we're going to create our staircase going up until our first floor, right? Until our first floor. So how we can actually do it, which is, okay, at the attribute editor, we're going to do some settings, right? So for the first one, the name, okay, I will just remain it as a staircase -1. Material, okay, also the staircase layout settings, okay. If you click on the blue icon, okay, you click on the blue icon, it's actually a staircase layout stating to you, we actually can automatically create our landing beam, right? So in this case, you can see if you move your cursor from this schematic, okay, this 3D, okay, you have this landing beam number 1, the section height and width, okay, which is representing this landing beam, okay, this landing beam is the one. Okay, if I tick on this landing beam number 2, you will see there is a 2 beam. Okay, the landing beam number 1 is here. Landing beam number 2 is here. Okay, so we can actually on and off the landing beam. So in this case, I will just open one landing beam. Okay, and the railing. Okay, it will automatically create for you a railing. So let me enlarge this one. Okay. Okay, so imagine this is our flight, okay, and this is our landing, right? So in this case, you have a left side of the flight. Okay, currently left side I don't open, so I don't have anything. Okay, so how do you know whether it's left or right? So this is the flight. When you're going upwards, okay, this is the left. Okay, this will be the right. Okay, so for the left side, I didn't open anything. I don't have any railing. And if I opening, okay, I open it, and then I'll have the railing. And also if I have air, I want to change to wall mounted or not. Okay, I can change for railing or either wall mounted. Okay, so you need to depend on your design. Okay, I will just put it as a wall mounted. So the next thing, okay, will be on the right side of the flight. Right side of the flight, I will just put it as a railing. Okay, and there's a landing. So this is our landing. Okay, this part is our landing, the gray color part. So the left side, I can open it and I can just put a wall mounted handrail. Okay, and the right hand side, okay, you can just select a railing as well. And also you can actually adjust the height and also the distance to the edge. Okay, you can actually adjust the value of it. Okay, so if everything is set, everything is done nicely, okay, I will just click on OK. Okay, it will take note on what are the things that I set. Okay, later on when we create, it will be having this nicely, right? So the width of the flight. Okay, so the width of the flight, normally we will have a staircase detail. Okay, we have a staircase detail, but in this case, we are just going to scale it up. Okay, we're just going to measure the distance. Okay, I will just go to the draw. Let me measure the distance. Right, this will be, it will be 1425. Okay, we're going to input it to become 1425. Okay, the width of the flight is 1425. Okay, and the depth of the thread, right? The depth of the thread I'm going to put in. Okay, you can measure the distance again. Okay, I'm going to measure the distance between these two is 253. Okay, we're going to put it to become 253. And the height of the riser, okay, height of the riser, you can get all the information you can get from the staircase detail, but we don't have any staircase detail in this case, so we are just going to put in a manual quantity. Okay, just put it 160, the value. We put the value to 160. Okay, the number of thread and height of the staircase, it will be automatically calculated from the settings that we set, right? And the thickness of the waist slab. So the thickness of the waist slab, so if this is our staircase, we have a thread and also the riser. Okay, and then we will have this. Okay, this is our flight. Okay, this is the soffit of the flight. So the thickness of the waist slab, it will be the distance between these two. Okay, distance between these two. Right. So I will just put by default 100. Okay, the width of the landing. Right. So the width of the landing is this one. Okay, this is the width of our landing. It will be 1425 as well. I'm going to put in 1425. Okay, the thickness of the landing, I just put it by default 120. Okay, so make sure it's 1425 for the width of the flight, 253 for the depth of the thread, the height of the riser 160, thickness of the waist slab 100, and then the width of the landing is 1425, thickness of the landing is 120. Okay, so from here, okay, we are done setting for this. So we're going to draw it out. Okay, so to draw it out, we have a few steps we need to do. Okay, the first step is, okay, as you can see from the drawing here, this is my first step, okay, indicating the first one. Okay, so I'm going to point it the first point here later on. Okay, and then I'm going to move my mouse, okay, to this upward, okay, to the right hand side. And then I'm going to stop. Okay, this is 1, 2, this is 3, right? And this is 4. Sorry, this is 4, and then this is 5, right? So I'm going to stop at this 3 point, and then I want to continue at this point later on. Okay, I will left click on this point, and then I will stop at this 14. I will make a U-turn later on, and then I finish my staircases at this particular point as well. right? Okay, so I will demo one time for you to see. Okay, so for staircase, you're going to use the line function. Okay, okay, you can just look on my screen here. Okay, I'm going to use line function. So you will see there is a cross and also there's a green tick later on when we actually create this one. So I'll just focus on this first point. Okay, I move my mouse. Okay, it's actually not in within this, so it's like a beam. Okay, we can actually press F4. Okay, press F4, and then I can just left click on this point, point number 3. So when I point it, okay, when I move my cursor, I will have the yellow color indication of how many steps I'm having now, right? So if I continue this point, and you can see my 4 will be here, 5 will be here, it will become a 6 here. So this is not the thing that I want. So I will just I will just stop at these 3, okay, and then I continue the 4th point here because this is my step 4. I will continue left clicks. Okay, then I will have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. See? So until 14, this is the line that I'm going to left click on it. Okay, and I want to make a U-turn. I need to click back the same point. Okay, so it will be creating, and then I need to tick on the green color. Okay, so you will see I'm having this staircase created, right? So we do it together, right? So let me just delete this one. Okay, so first of all, after you've done the settings, okay, every time after you've done the settings, then you're going to select for draw tab, line function. Everyone, select for the draw tab, the line function. Okay, left click on it. Ask you to specify the first point. Okay, I'm going to zoom in. I specify the first point here. Okay, and then okay, specify the first point, and then you want to change the insertion point. You press F4 to like fill in the blank. Okay, then you're going to stop at this. After you appearing step number 3 in yellow color font, I will just left click on it. Okay, I'll just stop it. Okay, I will just stop it. I left click once, but we haven't done yet. Okay, we haven't done yet. Okay, every time for the staircases where we haven't clicked on the green color tick, we are still not completed yet, right? So we're going to continue at point number 4. So the point number 4, okay, the left click, okay, it will be at the step number 4. I'm going to left click on this particular point. So continue left click on this point, and then move your mouse, okay, you move your cursor downwards. Similar ideal case, until there is a 14 steps, okay, then we're going to left click at this point. Okay, we're going to left click at this particular point. Okay, so after you left click on this point number 14, we're going to continue. We're going to make a U-turn, right? So we're going to continue that particular point. I need to left click once again at this point, and then later we're going to move our cursor upwards. Okay, I'm going to left click again, and then if you move your cursor upwards, okay, you move your cursor at this particular point, okay, you can see you will have this landing beam, landing slab, and also the flight in Kenyan color. Okay, and the next thing, I need to fill in the blank. Okay, currently I'm at step 24. In fact, there's a 25 step. Okay, so for the 25 step, you need to appear at the 25, only you can point, and then you point this same location here. Okay, 25. I'm going to find this particular point, and I left click. So after you left click, you just click on the green tick. Okay, you just click on the green tick. Right, so I will repeat again, okay, one more time, okay, don't worry. So first, click on the line, okay? And then I'm going to specify the first point. I press F4 to change my insertion point. And I press, okay, until I have this green yellow color font. In 3, I just left click. I haven't done yet. Okay, I'm going to continue left click on my step 4. And then move my cursor downwards until I have this yellow color font, number 14. I'm going to left click on here. I want to make a U-turn. I will just left click again. Okay, and then I move my cursor upwards until it fill in the blanks and it achieve step 25. So for this step 25, I cannot go beyond step number 36, right? So middle of it, you don't have any insertion point. You will only need to point at this same point at step number 4 here. Okay, then you can just click on the green tick. So in this case, okay, you'll find some things a little bit inconsistent. Okay, the first thing, you'll see the steps that in the drawing and also that created these staircases is actually not in order, not aligned. Okay, the reason being is there will be a possibility of the depth of the thread. In fact, it's actually 255, it's not 253, right? And also, you will see some of the thing is in this way. Okay, for example, this part. Okay, this is already our beam, okay, and there's our wall. But this part, why there is a staircase is protruding outside, okay, protruding outside. Okay, so these are the things, okay, we need to do the checking. So in this case, what it meant is, in fact, we are actually need to split into 2 staircases, right? So the first one is until this is the first staircase. The second, it will be on this staircase, okay? So, but we do it in one go, okay? That's why the width of the flight is actually different, okay? The width of the flight we input is 1425, and this is 1445, no problem. But in this case, this is actually not 1425. Maybe it's lesser, maybe 1004. Okay, so we need to split into 2. But in this case, we are just going to do into 1 only, right? So we can actually just call all the elements. Okay, we call all the elements and we can see clearly. Okay, so we see the staircase, okay, it's actually aligned with ours, right? So that is actually the method of how we can actually create the staircase, the custom staircase. You can use custom staircase, you can use parametric staircase, no problem. If you find your design, you having the suitable staircases in the parametric design, you can use this one and you change the green color font. If not, you can just use this custom, okay? It provides you the flexibility to do it, okay? Right. So that will be on our staircases. Okay, so from there, okay, we would like to introduce you another 2 function, which is what we call segmentation, our construction module, right? So for the construction module, okay, this one you can just listen, okay, you can just listen, no problem, right? So okay, you can just focus on the screen here, okay? You don't need to do operation, this one is not part of the basic syllabus, but it's our new feature, okay? So in this case, okay, let's say you already have a full complete model, okay, before the construction start, okay, you have a full complete model, and then you want to do the progress claim, right? So in this case, let's say in ground floor, as you can see, you have what we call as a segmentation. Okay, this segmentation is actually our construction module that helps the user to do the demarcation, right? They have few function. You have construction zone. Okay, we know that a big piece of land. Okay, you're going to have a separated zone. Okay, have a separation zone. You have some contracting, progress claim, and also custom. Any demarcation that you wish to do, you can actually do it, right? So in this case, for example, progress claim. Okay, let's say you have a full complete model and then your consultant is actually referring to this model as well. So you can actually have the model and you can create a 1 progress claim here, right? And then the calculation scope, you can actually select for all, or you want it to be you want it to be measuring for your slab only, also can. Or you want it to measure for every element, you click on OK. Right, this will be on our progress claim number 1. Okay, so in the progress claim number 1, let's say I'm going to select this set associate segmentation. I'm going to left click and then one moment now. Okay. Okay, I'm going to draw a rectangle, for example. If you go to the side, okay, it's actually the work done until this stage. Okay, you just left click. So these are the segmented section. Okay, segmented section that we actually done for the work done for this particular month. Okay, after I done for this, okay, after I done for this one, okay, I can use this set associate segmentation. So meaning to say, let's say I will have this, perhaps I will have this, I have this wall, okay, I had this wall, for example, this one, yeah, I had this wall is already did in progress claim number 1, but it's actually not in the range of this progress claim number 1. I can actually set it, okay, I can actually set it, I can select the element, I right click, and then I put it to progress claim number 1 as well, right? And then I click on OK. So this particular wall, okay, just now that I highlighted this particular wall, it will be fall under progress claim number 1 as well, right? So we can actually include this work done, okay, in the quantity. Then the next thing we need to do is we need to go to the calculate. Okay, we just calculate the whole thing. All right. So once we calculate, okay, we're going to get the quantity for the segmentation. For example, okay, I go to the view quantity by category. Right, for example, the slab, say example, slab. Okay, I can set the classification. I'll have this progress claim. Okay, I can actually open it and I click on OK. So you will see, I will have this progress claim number 1. For this particular progress claim, I will have what is the volume of it? What is the volume for this progress claim number 1? And I can just show the subtitle also. Right, so for the progress claim number 1, I'm having a total volume of 13.614, so that you can actually submit your claim, okay, to your consultant to do the verification. Okay, so you will wonder, if this is the big piece of the slab, okay, if I do the segmentation here, does this portion, it will take into account or not? Okay, right, you will worry that if I only want to take this portion, but you will worry, is this bottom part, it will be taken into account or not, right? We can actually select this particular slab and then we view the expression. Okay, we view the expression for this particular slab. Okay, for it to see, we have the original quantity. The original quantity of the slab is 2.976. Okay, it is the original segmentation. Okay, in our progress claim number 1, it actually quantify it out. There's actually 75%. Okay, out of this whole piece, the one that I'm selecting for this portion is actually 75%. It will take 75% times with my original volume. I have these 2.222 in my progress claim number 1. Right? So the remaining, okay, the remaining is 25%. It's not in the work done yet. So it will be 0.754. There will be no progress claim yet. Okay, there will be no progress claim. So this is how you can actually use this segmentation to do your progress claim. Okay, this will be quite useful for you to use, right? But at the first place, you need to have the model first. Okay, you need to model out the model, only you can do the segmentation. Right, so this is a new feature that we are actually launching this year. Okay, so you can actually use this construction module, segmentation, as I mentioned just now. Okay, this segmentation, the construction module. Okay, let me just smaller, right? Later you can play around. Okay, you can play around later on, no problem. So another one, which is what we call revision. Okay, what we call revision. So For the revision, let me just open another new project file. Okay, so for the revision, say you will have this piece of this, okay, project model. Okay, this project model, okay, is actually in the original design. So you can see from the drawing manager here, you have a sample revision 1. It's actually according to this sample revision 1 drawing, and everything is in accordance. Okay, and you have the beam, you have the wall, you have the column, you have the slab, etc. Let's say you will have a sample revision number 2, and if you can see sample revision 2, you will have these 3 beam, it will be being omitted, and you only have this additional beam in the middle here, only. Okay, so we have a function, what we call it as a revision. Okay, the revision, it will be comparing 2 things. One is a sample revision 1 and sample revision 2. If we compare, and then it will actually superimpose 2 drawings and indicate to you what are the changes of the drawings, right? So in this case, I can actually just add a revision. Okay, the revision name, I'll put it at revision 1, and I click on OK. Before that, I need to calculate. Okay, after the calculation been done, okay, I'm going to compare the drawing changes. Okay, I'm going to compare my drawing changes revision 2 with my drawing changes revision 1. And then the tolerance you can actually set in 10 mm or 5 mm. I can then click on compare. Okay, in this case, I will just off all the model. Okay, so you can see whatever thing is gray color, okay, it's actually currently is comparing these 2 drawings. In the gray color, it's actually unchanged. Okay, if I untick it, okay, I don't see anything. Okay, I don't want to confuse myself. Okay, as you can see, I will have 1 add beam. Okay, 1 beam is actually being added, and I need to delete these three beams. Okay, let me just open back all my elements. So in this case, you can use the function to compare. So when you're comparing it, you know that this is the deletion. Okay, you can actually just delete it. Okay, and in this beam, okay, in fact, it will be on a straight line. Okay, I can just move it. And then I just place the beam. Okay, so that I will have the beam, okay, beneath. So in this case, I will already complete by using the drawing changes. Okay, for all the deletion, I already delete. Okay, for the addition, I just already added 1 beam just now, and unchanged one, there is nothing already. Okay, so just close these drawing changes, and then my model is actually now is as per our sample revision 2 already, the latest version. Okay, then I can just click on finish revision. Okay, I can just click on OK, and then they will need to do a calculation later on. Okay, after it's being calculated, okay, we really need to know before the changes and after the changes, what are the quantity change? Okay, what are the quantity affected? Okay, so just now what I delete is 3 beams and I add 1 beam, right? So in this case, I can view my change quantity. Okay, I view my change quantity. So this column, I didn't do anything. It won't have any changes, okay, except for the beam, right? So for the beam, you will see just now the volume before revision and after the revision, and also the changes is it actually omitted 1.4 meter cube, right? And you have the indication of this color is actually been changed. If you have additional item, it will be put in additional in this dark green color. If there's something deleted, it will be put in this delete item. So let me, if you want to call for the name, you can actually see clearly later on. Yeah, so as you can see, so in this KL24, okay, it's actually an omission. total omission, and this N2B12 is actually total omission, and we have a changes on this KL25. Okay, it's actually a changes, and you have the total changes negative 1.405. Okay, so those are the function for the revision for you to first you compare the drawing. Second, you actually based on the latest drawing you model it up. Okay, and then you calculate and then you have the comparison for before and after. This is quite useful for you and you have your variation order. Okay, you actually can use this function, right? Okay, so with that, okay, that will be our full syllabus of our TAS C3 and our TRB C3. Okay, we're covering for structure element, architecture element, and also our reinforcement details. Okay, so for today, okay, we're going to have our evaluation, and our evaluation is actually split into two sessions. One is actually model, okay, model submission. Another one will be on our quiz, okay, on our quiz. So I'm going to send you the evaluation requirement, okay. You are going to model out the same thing that you can actually start from the TAS, okay, do the same process of what we did in the day 1 and day 2. Start the project in TAS, import the drawing, the PDF drawing, okay, use back the same drawing, import, scale, okay, and then you split it and then you relocate to the axis script, and then you can start all the elements, okay, and then the title of the project you should be named in the format, okay. I'm going to send to you this file later on, don't worry. But one thing is actually not applicable to you guys, okay, which is this trimming bar, okay. We don't have any trimming bar for the project here. So we're not going to have this trimming bar, okay. So, and also the second part, it will be on the TS TRB evaluation quiz, okay. The passing is 70%, okay. So this is the things, okay, the training reference. You can actually refer the checklist later on, the model submission, the quiz, the feedback form, as well as sign-up e-com, and then this is the checking evaluation requirement. The pre-modeling, okay, for the floor settings, for example, you need to adjust the floor height 4 meter, 4 meter, right? The rebar default, the axis, the drawing to import, split, and relocate. And for the column, okay, so for the column, you need to draw all the columns, and then the rebar, you insert the rebar, right? You don't need to insert all the rebars for the columns, okay? You can just insert few only, right? So for the beams, as I said, you can just draw 50% of the beam, okay? And all the beam is connected center to center. The upstand beam is drawn correctly. And for the rebar, at least 5 numbers, okay? 5 beams. Okay, for the main bar, the links, okay, identify in the rebar layout, okay. And for the staircase, for the slab, for the rebar, attempt for 5 slabs, 5 panel. For the wall, the RC swimming pool wall, you can insert, okay, you can insert all the swimming pool wall rebar details by your own, okay. Anything that not in the drawings, okay, you can actually make your own assumptions, okay. You can make your own assumption, and you don't need to give me assumption list, okay. I will just see from the model, yeah, don't worry, okay. So the door and window opening, lintel, the power cap, finishes, okay, excavation, duplication, okay. So in this case, if you will see, you will have the foundation, ground floor, first floor, right? So we are going to make a practice also. We're going to copy the whole thing to my first floor. Okay, so in my first floor, you don't need to remodel everything. Okay, you can just practice on this duplication, generate the typical floor for one floor, which is from ground floor, everything you did, you just copy to your first floor. But make sure the swimming pool, you don't copy to upper part, yeah? You don't copy to the first floor. And then project collaboration from TAS and then to TRB, right? So that will be on the model submission, right? And after you did, okay, after you did the model submission, okay, you will have these 2 files. Okay, let me just close this one. You will have these 2 TAS, TRB, and also this cubic model file. Okay, what you need to do is you need to refer to this formatting, your name, your company, okay? Let's say here, okay, you can go to create one folder, maybe your name, okay, your company, let's say GE, right? So I will just copy the whole thing, and then I just, perhaps you can just zip it, okay? You zip it already. I will give you the link, okay, for the submission. Okay, for the model submission, I'll give you a link later on. You can just drop the link into it. This one. So I have this zip file, right? This one, I put it example. Okay. Okay, you can just drag, and also you can just drop it into this Google Drive. Okay, you can just drag and drop into the Google Drive so that I will get the model from you guys. Okay, and then I can actually do the evaluation. Right. So this will be on the part, okay, for the model evaluation, and we have another part is what we call as the quiz link. Okay, for this PDF, if you click on the hyperlink there, you will go to an interface of this Cubicost.This TRB quiz link, right? So for the quiz link, okay, you can just input all the name, email correctly. Okay, so for the quiz here, you can actually answer the quiz. Okay, so for example, the first question, what feature can be used to import a new CAD drawing or any PDF drawing, right? So that will be on the question. So let me just record it.
Recording stopped.
Right. So for example, the first question, right? For the first question, what feature can be used to import a new CAD drawing? Import picture, draw layer manager, drawing manager, or restore the CAD entity. Right. So for this one, if you refer to our TAS, okay, if you're not familiar with the operation, don't worry. You can just still open your software. Okay, you open the software. Let me just a bonus to you guys for this first question. Okay, so for first one, as we know, when we want to import our drawing, okay, this is the drawing manager, right? So we know that the answer it will be this one, right? So this will be our answer, right? So you can actually answer it, okay, from the link. Okay, depends on you whether you want to answer the quiz first and then do the model, or you want to do the whole model first and then you answer the quiz. Also can, right? So it will be good by end of today. Okay, you can able to do both things. Okay, right? So I believe some of you who joining online, okay, you're having your home, you're actually working from home or whatnot. Okay, if you need to request extension of time, you can just reach to me. Okay, you reach to me. Okay, I will let you know how what is the extension of time I'm giving to you guys, right? Okay, so I'm going to send to you guys on the chat box. Okay, on the links, you can get this evaluation requirement and also the PDF drawing. Okay, from this link. Okay, I'm going to send to you the chat box. Right. Okay, and also for the quiz link as well, I do it together for you guys. Okay, so you can start now. Okay, you can take your own time. Okay, you won't have any lunch break or whatnot. Okay, I will just remain open the Zoom until 5 p.m. Okay, so if you want to take your own time to do the model, anything, okay, you can just go ahead. But before 5, hope you complete the quiz and also the model submission to me, right? So anything you can as your own assumption. Okay, the most important thing is you familiar with the operation. Okay, familiar with the operation. If you are unable to operate something, you can just use the recording. Okay, you can actually view back the recording how you can actually do it. All right. Okay, so I'm going to send. Let me just copy the PDF send to you guys on the file.